Welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Atherton High School correspondent Gabriel Hargesheimer. This November, we are taking a look at the Academies of Louisville programs. We see how students are using the latest technologies, and we meet students who are trying new sports. At Seneca High School, school officials and community leaders from Little Rock, Arkansas visited Louisville to learn about the JCPS Academies of Louisville program, which has become a national model.
Good morning, folks, and welcome in. You can take a step down this hallway and follow the ambassadors all the way to Stickler.
Well, we're here at Seneca High School. We have visitors from the Academies of Central Arkansas. They've heard great things about what we're doing here in the Academies of Louisville and wanted to come check us out today.
It's really exciting because I know that we're doing things here that other people aren't doing, and I want them to be able to explore and also take that upon them.
In that pathway, you're going to pick up the acute skills necessary in a setting like an emergency room.
So we clean out the chicken coops, we collect the eggs, and we sell them to students and teachers.
And then always hearing from the ambassadors and the impact that the partnerships are having, the intentionality around creating these guaranteed experiences for them. So those are things I see my folks feverishly taking notes that I can't wait to, when we go back and have a chance to debrief, what did they take from this and how is that going to better and enhance our implementation efforts in Arkansas.
I'm very proud actually. Just last year is where I realized how big of a deal all this really is. It's because that's when I grew up, right? I used to come to school just because, I had to come to school, I had sports. Just recently is where I started focusing on my grades and I realized that this is very important stuff. I know all these people here are all here to see the Academies of Louisville, just to see everything that we do here, and that's something I'm proud of and I'm proud to be part of it.
Right here we have the raised beds, the raised flower beds. In the spring, the greenhouse has a spring plant sale.
I am so proud of our Seneca ambassadors and the leaders in the various CTE pathways that we have representing today.
I've gotten a couple real-world certifications in HTML/CSS as well as JavaScript from his classes here. So I could go get a job in web development if I really wanted to.
It's so cool to be able to invite adults into the building to see what we're doing well, and that experience be led by our students.
I'm not a native English speaker, so this talking to people that I don't know is also really hard for me, but this helps me because it forces me to go out there and talk to people.
Got to know the team at JCPS, have some really good conversations, and I always leave those conversations saying, man, they're doing some really great things, and it would be beneficial for us to go see, especially since they're a couple years further along in implementation than we are. And so making this the priority is something that has been really powerful for us, and we know it's a priority back home, but maybe we can be a little more intentional about how we talk about it, how we promote it, to help enhance the visibility and help folks understand, hey, this is a regional approach to the work that we're trying to do.
Our business partners, when they come in, we have partnerships with Keeneland, we have partnerships with Sunny Acres Farm, we have a partnership with Pets Palace, which is right down the road.
What impresses me is that everyone in the district that we've talked to, whether that be superintendent, district administrator, building principal, academy coach, teachers, they're all speaking the same language. And this is what we are doing. And it's not what we're being told to do, this is what we're doing.
Giving people an opportunity to explore these things makes it better for the future, but it also makes it better for me. I know that having these academies, this is where I can be when I grow up, and I'm learning it already.
Bruin Buddies is a partnership that pairs high school students from Ballard's Teaching Learning Partnership with students at Wilder Elementary School to work on reading comprehension skills.
Start up your wheels and roll out of the station. How is the train looking? This is Wilder Elementary School, and Ballard High School's Teaching, Learning, and Leadership Pathway is doing a program called Bruin Buddies, where we read to kindergartners and help them practice their fluency skills.
Everyone had brought their specialty, and Poji's hot homemade rolls were under white tea towels.
Summarizing skills and being able to be exposed to new books.
Our kids are learning about what it means to teach at this level and understand the developmental needs of students. We have practiced different elements of fluency so kids know how to read a book effectively and use engagement strategies.
Ready? Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I wasn't the best reader when I was younger, so trying to help people read now, it is a whole art. There is so much science behind it, so many steps.
I love being able to make a connection with my buddy and being able to differentiate the instruction for her. So being able to understand how she's reading fluently, being able to help her summarize the text, being able to help her understand the text, being able to help her understand the basic components of a book.
My freshman year, I studied a middle school classroom, and now we're in an elementary school classroom. So it's just differences in curriculum. It's a lot of helping with fundamentals and reading skills, and my buddy is also a multilingual learner, so it's fun.
I'm Emily Elizabeth, and I have a dog.
Like, my kids love coming. At first I was like, okay, we're gonna go every other week. And then the first time we came, they were like, can we go tomorrow? They get super excited when they see each other, and at the end they hug, and they're building rapport, and they're getting to understand what their kids' strengths are and what their interests are. And then they're using those to help to inform their instructions.
I want to be a speech pathologist when I grow up, so I want to work with other kids and help them be able to talk. So I feel like through working with younger kids and kids of different levels, I was able to decide if I want to do that as a career path, and I feel like now I definitely know I want to do that.
So it's really about just getting our kids exposed to a variety of experiences and getting our kids connecting with students and getting a real hands-on experience of what it is actually like to be a teacher.
It allows me to kind of see in the eyes of a student, being able to understand where I might have struggled in the past and where I might have succeeded in the past, being able to understand the process of breaking something down and starting at the beginning and then getting like to a product, because like right now our buddies can't read, so we're like helping them point out the words and make sure they understand the text, but by the end of the year I've been told that they're going to be able to read, so I'm excited to see that growth and transformation. What's on it?
Hawthorne Elementary School held its annual Leamos Juntos, the Hispanic Heritage Read-In, by hosting community members to read to their students.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Silvana Duran. I was born and raised in Lima, Peru.
So we are at Hawthorne Elementary today, and we are having our third annual Leamos Juntos, which is our Let's Read Together read-in for Hispanic Heritage Month.
What's basta? Or enough. Have you ever wanted to say that to somebody?
We have about 13 different countries represented. We have lots of community members. We have Hawthorne parents. I think it's really exciting because they get to see possibly themselves in the future.
What is this?
Yeah, right. It's lacrosse. It's a lacrosse stick. And I got to play for Puerto Rico. So super, super cool. So I am a Puerto Rican. We like to have flags everywhere. So like my stick has flags. Later I can show you guys, you can see it and everything.
We picked a lot of books that either are written by Hispanic or Latinx authors or illustrators. Some of them are all in Spanish. Some of them are bilingual. So you're going to see hopefully some excited volunteers engaging students in books about their culture and stories about, how they grew up and things like that.
The son of a powerful cacique. Say cacique. Cacique. A Taino chief.
We all know reading is really important, and it doesn't matter what language that happens in.
Yo primero. Do you all know what yo primero is? What's your name?
So to see so many volunteers come and show the kids that, reading is important, it doesn't matter what language it happens in, I think that speaks volumes, and that's very important because the more you know, the more, you grow, and we like to grow leaders and grow readers here.
JCPS students explain the new journey to success and how you can play a part in a student's success.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Jack, and I'm super excited to tell you about something awesome coming up. It's called the Journey to Success. This initiative is about celebrating who we are as learners and highlighting our learning journey beyond just grades and tests. It's all about showcasing our skills, experiences, and growth throughout our time here at school. Right, Joshua?
Exactly. The Journey to Success encourages us to reflect on our learning and demonstrate the success skills through different activities like student-led conferences and mini defenses of learning. These opportunities allow us to present artifacts that represent our achievements and the challenges we overcome. What do you think, Rosalia?
Yes, the journey to success isn't just about grades, it's about us all reaching our goals. It's not just about showing off what we've learned, it's about demonstrating how we've learned it. We'll have exhibitions of learning where we can share our journey in depth with our peers, teachers, families, and the community. It's like creating a portfolio that paints a picture of who we are as learners beyond what a test score can show. By participating in Defenses of Learning, we get to articulate the skills we've acquired along the way, and we can bring our own personalities into it. It's a chance to take pride in our progress and celebrate our growth with the entire school community.
So let's embrace this initiative together. Whether you're into art, sciences, sports, or anything else, Journey to Success is designed to showcase and celebrate every aspect of who we are as learners. Get ready to share your story and inspire others with your journey to success.
Every one of us has a story worth telling, and Journey to Success gives us the platform to tell it. Let's make our learning journey meaningful, memorable, and reflective of our true potential.
With Journey to Success, we can build a profile that reflects our unique strengths and interests and shape our own narrative. Whether it's TikTok dancing, volunteering in the community, or playing a sport, we are learning, growing, and now we will have the opportunity to showcase that. Thanks for listening, and get ready to be part of something amazing. See you on the journey.
We are JCPS.
For the first time in 7 years, Farnsley Middle School has a tennis team, and while the players lack tennis experience, they're excited to learn.
All right, any other key takeaways from those two matches?
Probably not.
Probably not.
One thing's for sure about Farnsley tennis, the inexperience of the team.
So, what formal tennis experience do you have?
Well, I have about as much experience as my kiddos. We're all beginners, but we're really committed to learning together.
For the first time in 7 years, Farnsley Middle has a tennis team. Head coach Kenzie Ingalls says she couldn't pass up the opportunity to coach up this new team, even though she's short on tennis experience herself.
Despite you having no formal tennis experience, why the heck would you want to coach a sport that you hadn't really known anything about?
Well, the same reason that I wanted to be a teacher. I really liked being there for the kids. I really like providing them opportunities, and especially playing a sport I think is a great way to get out their energy and to really focus and be a more productive student. Good hit!
Students like Sage, who's coming back to the sport after taking a hiatus from it, playing the sport when she was younger.
All I know is it started again, which made me really happy. It feels really good to be the originals. It just really feels good to be like, you know what, I'm on the first ever tennis team from 7 years, so it feels really good.
I know, right?
While Ingalls is still learning how to be a tennis coach and navigating through her first year of teaching, she says the experience has been a great one.
What's been your favorite part about coaching this team?
Honestly, getting to know the kids. I know that's pretty cliche, but they're really awesome kids, especially the ones that I have in my class. Getting to see that other side of them has been really wonderful. Turkey?
Student correspondent Silas Hendigas introduces us to the lighting booth at Atherton High School.
We will be showing you places around Atherton that many students don't get to see. First up is the light booth, where students can work to control the technical elements of theater. Zaxton Rothberg has worked in the light booths for many years at Atherton High School.
So the light booth is where we run all the fixtures for the Atherton Theater Department. Typically we're up here in this space during our full stage productions, but when we're on stage, where the audience is on stage with us, we'll move it down to be on stage as well. But overall, this is where we get to run all of the lighting equipment and control what LEDs and what color they are and what fixtures are going and what percentage they're running at. So this board right here is the thing that controls all of the lighting equipment. So basically these are our numbers, and each number is connected to a certain light. So if I moved 18 and 19 up, for example, light 18 and 19 would go on at whatever percentage I set them at. And then we can program them in the software using these buttons over here for cues and by identifying each light by their number.
We've got more of our favorite JCPS stories coming up. Stay tuned.
I think the most rewarding moment that I've had is seeing a kid for the first time going to kindergarten, and then you've been with that kid until they graduate to 5th grade, going into middle school, and you've been there that whole time. You've guided them, you've helped them, and now you can see the growth in them.
I love my bus driver because she's very nice, she's very sweet, and she helps the kids when they need like anything.
We need you! We love our bus drivers. I like how she's so pretty and fun and really nice.
I love the job. The hours are great. It's rewarding getting to work with kids, and I would say it's probably the most favorite job I've had.
Again, if you're looking to be a part of the village, if you're looking to make a difference, being a JCPS bus driver is definitely one of those things where you can do both.
We need you!
I'm Yard Nagoose. I'm an Olympian. I've been running around my whole life. Running around the house, running around my neighborhood, and some mornings running to catch the bus to DuPont Manual High School. Making the Olympic team has always been my dream, but I knew I had to have options for my future. I ran hard and I studied hard, and my JCPS teachers and coaches were there for me the whole way. JCPS cares about student success, and I'm proud of where my education and career have taken me. I'm Yard Nagoose. I'm an Olympian, and I am JCPS.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Atherton High School correspondent Gabriel Hargesheimer. JCPS announced the unveiling of Verizon Innovative Learning Labs at Carruthers, Lassiter, and Farnsley Middle Schools. The labs give students and teachers access to emerging technology.
3, 2, 1, cut.
I am beyond excited to be here today to join JCPS leaders, educators, students, and community members to celebrate the launch of 3 Verizon Innovative Learning Labs.
So much fun. Like, you just learning new things and learning how to code and putting all robots together. It's so much fun.
The Verizon Innovative Learning Lab program empowers Verizon Innovative Learning schools to become hubs of innovation by providing emerging technology, a tech-infused immersive curriculum including augmented reality, virtual reality, and 3D printing.
It's honestly amazing. I like being able to learn young and being able to learn while I can without me having to do this while I'm older and not knowing what to do at all.
Thank you all for believing in JCPS and making these high-tech learning experiences available to our students on a daily basis. I don't know if there's many middle schools around the nation that get this opportunity, and JCPS students do. Giving students access to this as a part of their curriculum is important because it will help them prepare for a world and jobs that rely so heavily on technology.
It's like an earring shape because I have a lot of earrings, so I'm kind of going to need like a separate box all for my earrings.
I think it's really cool because you can create an image in your head and then make it happen in real life.
I'm like a really creative person, so I take like whatever in my mind and I kind of just build it.
This lab is not just a collection of state-of-the-art equipment and cutting-edge technology. It is a gateway to a world of discovery and innovation, tailored to ignite the passions of our young learners and equip them with the skills that will serve them throughout their entire lives.
As they collaborate on their projects, they are learning to value each other's ideas, share responsibilities, and build on each other's strengths. When students work together, they challenge and inspire each other, leading to a richer and more diverse range of solutions.
Thank you to Verizon for making all of this possible. You were great to work with from the start, and we will be eternally grateful for everything you did for us. You are truly shaping the future of our students here at Carruthers, and we could not thank you enough for what you've done.
The Greathouse Shryock Elementary Assistant Principal delivers the latest school newsletter to a captive audience in the car rider line.
Good morning, good morning. A little news for you. I'm getting my steps in every day. We're a full car rider school, and I thought it would be a great idea, since we have a captive audience, to give out a bi-weekly Wednesday newsletter to families, a hard copy, so that's something they could look at while they're dropping their child off, or, you know, because sometimes emails are lost and they may not get all the information. So this is an opportunity to make sure that we have a captive audience to give them the information we need at our school. You ready? All right.
Because it gives me time to actually read it.
Hello. Good to see you.
Awesome. I like it. I'm excited to read what's going on with this.
I think it's a fun thing. It's another way that I can interact with the families. I get to say good morning to them, say hello. The kids kind of enjoy it.
Oh, I think it's great. We're sitting in the cart rider line anyway, and it's a way for everybody to get information, and it's not always accessible electronically, so I think you go to the source, and they always do a really good job with that.
I love this. It's a way to just start my day every day, whether I'm handing out a piece of paper to them on Wednesdays or I'm waving to the kids as they're coming in. It brightens my day, and the kids get excited about it too. Here. Hi, how are you?
Meet a Johnsontown Road elementary teacher who is inspired to become an educator by a former teacher and principal.
My name is Chloe Allen. I'm an instructional assistant at Johnsontown Road Elementary. This way. This way. It's definitely very fun, very adventurous. They're new, they're still learning. They're still learning their personalities. So it's definitely fun seeing them develop more and more senses of themselves as the days and the year goes on. I love the way little kids think. I love how innocent and pure everything is to them, and they're so sweet and so special. I'm currently at ECTC. I'm going into early childhood for that. I just graduated high school 2 years ago.
So I was a former principal at Dixie Elementary, and she was a former student at Dixie Elementary. And so she got recognized in my office as a 4th grade student for Star Student of the Week. She was a great student, very smart, positive, passionate about learning. And so we were super excited and very fortunate when we got to realize that she wanted to work for JCPS, and now we employ her in our early childhood unit.
It's the exact same. He's still the exact same person, very genuine, he's created a very loving and welcoming school. Drop it in. Good job. My 5th grade teacher, Mr. King, he actually works in this building as interventions. He is the reason I want to become a teacher, so he's inspired me to do what I'm doing. You want to pick a sticker? Cheese. I hope they look at me how I look at Mr. King and Mr. Howard. I hope. That's my hope in my experience here. I just hope that's how they look at me. They look at me like someone they look up to, somebody they want to be their role model, somebody they know they can talk to if they need someone. You know, I just want to be their Mr. King to me.
Correspondent Zaxton Rothberg introduces us to a student that got an exclusive interview with the superintendent.
On September 27th, Marty Polio, the superintendent for JCPS, announced his retirement effective July 1st, 2025. This will have a huge effect on the schools. So our very own Atherton On Air correspondent, Bianca Phoenix, emailed him to set up an interview to learn more. Bianca took a gambit, sending a professional email to Marty Polio requesting his appearance for an interview. To her surprise, he responded quite quickly, agreeing to her request. Bianca and her production team then prepared for the interview.
So I went to the window where all the slots options are, and I saw Polio's retirement, and I was like, oh, okay, that's something I could do because I'm pretty active when it comes to news articles coming out. So I'd already read over the weekend about his retirement, so I was just like, that's something that I'd be able to do. But then I thought how am I just gonna sit in front of the camera and talk about his retirement? So I was just like, well, I can get him in here to talk about it because he'll talk about it better than anyone else can.
Marty Polio, despite being preoccupied as the superintendent for the 29th largest school district in the United States, he made time for the interview because of his enjoyment in interacting with students.
And I get a lot of people who reach out to me to say, will you come do this and come do that? Would you come interview for this or that? That I just say, I don't know, someone else can do it, or I'll give it to our communications office. Anytime a student asks me to do something, I try my best, absolute best, to make that work because students need these experiences.
The interview was an undoubted success and was a huge learning experience. Bianca tells us about her feelings post-interview and what she learned in the process.
I think the interview went really well. It meant a lot when he was I was a pretty good journalist since it was my first major interview. I talked to his manager in communications, and he said Polio answered all my questions, which he did, and I was really grateful for that. But since I want to be a political journalist, like if they don't answer my questions, to politely ask them again. And it was good to get feedback from him since he was a journalist for 22 years, I believe he said. So overall, I think the interview went pretty cool.
What a great opportunity. Who knew a simple professional email could get you an interview with the superintendent? For Our Kids, I'm Atherton correspondent Zaxton Rothberg.
Check out the path an Atherton student took to get his pilot's license.
I got my pilot's license August of this year. It took me about a year, a little bit less, and I have about 75 hours of training. I wanted to get my pilot's license because Bowman Field, their flight path flies right over my house, so I'd always just see airplanes landing and I thought it was super cool. And so I was looking for the best way to do it, and I found Flight Club was by far the cheapest, so I went to Flight Club about August of last year, and that's when I started. If you put in the time to do the training and you study, it can go pretty quick, but it's also a little bit at fault of the Flight Club, the weather, that kind of stuff. So if your maintenance is up to date, or if you have bad weather, you can't fly and it takes longer. It was a little bit hard to learn some of the ground stuff, but flying was never really hard. It was more just learning the skills. So it was like when I first went up, I was super stiff with the controls. I didn't want to move it because I was afraid I was going to crash, but as I went on, I got more and more comfortable with it.
In Our Kids news, Marion C. Moore Health Science Academy hostess students did a fantastic job organizing a blood drive with the Kentucky Blood Center. We love to see this real-world learning in action. Students in Wagner High School pre-law program heard from Jefferson County's Commonwealth's attorney, Jarena Weathers, and the other members of Louisville's legal system. The students learned what a day in the life of a lawyer looks like and how they can prepare for a future in the legal field. Valley High School students in the Academies of Louisville HVAC and electrical pathways got to try out the various tools they'll be using if they continue on their career path. Thank you to Eckhart Supply for bringing its Milwaukee tool trailer to the school. Miners Lane Elementary School students and families celebrated Hispanic Heritage Night with a parade, raffle, food, and games. It looks like they had a lot of fun. The Ballard High School Choir recently recorded their performance of the national anthem to play at a state conference.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Thanks for watching our show. You can find entire episodes on our JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.